Hey, welcome to Board Game Today. I'm Brett, and my hands is Warhammer 40,000 Imperium number 13. We've already done issue 12. This is part of the fourth wave of releases. We are subscribing to the service from Hatchet, which takes you through the Warhammer 40,000 hobby, issue by issue, with every single issue kind of adding something new to the hobby. Covers everything from creating building models to playing to the actual painting, putting everything together. It covers everything. Background. Pretty much, if you want to learn about Warhammer 40,000, this is an excellent way of going about it. So, issue 13, it's the first set of models in the pack is Assault Intercessors. There will be some more Assault Intercessors in a future pack. It brings a total of 8 to the collection of the hand-to-hand troops for the Space Marines. And in this, we get a scenario where we learn rules for flying, as the Necrons in the scenario have to take on the Space Marines. We will open up and show off everything inside like we have with the various packs, and do a little assessment underneath the video. We're going to talk about how much you save when doing this. I mean, roughly, it's what, $60 for a thing of troops of 50, $60 for a thing of troops of 10. Since this is half of a squad, you're going to be looking at, $25, $30, something right there. Price of the magazine is obviously $13. We can look at the sprue and all the figures. Ooh, what do we have here? Cool. Before we dive into the magazine, we get a little extras. This one looks like it's talking about Space Marine chapters. We also, since we're doing subscribing, we got the cool things like the book where you can put all of these magazines in. You're going to notice that the cover comes off and it's totally okay because we've got a nice binder to put everything in. As every issue seems to do, when you get a new unit, part of the issue is dedicated to that unit. We've got some history of Necrons, which is pretty cool. Always fun to kind of go through and learn a little bit more. Here, how to put the actual figures together, how to build them. I've already got a whole bunch of these, so I'm thinking we might do something a little bit different for at least some of these and try a hand at converting some of them. We also have got painting guides. We can see taking us through the steps of how you paint the figures. Now, this is a perfect example of this magazine building upon itself. The first paint you got was the Mirage Blue. Obviously, the base color. I'm probably going to be off in the order, but I believe the silver or maybe the black came next. Then there was the silver. Obviously building off of it, we had white eventually. Of course, we've got the Screamer Pink, which came this one. We got the Retributor armor, which I think just came with this. Actually, this is probably the order that it all came in. So yeah, I mean, basically teaching you how to go, and then when we get future issues, they'll go back and teach you how to add more paints to it. And then here we have the actual playthrough scenario that pits the Necrons versus the Space Marines, teaching us new rules for the game. This case, I believe it's flying rules, which is pretty cool. Alright, we got 2 more issues to go. They go through it. We got issue 14 and 15, or issue 14 is going to be the scenery. I believe that is going to be what that issue is going to teach about. And then on issue 15 is the flayed ones, which, we'll find out what that issue dives into. But overall, I think this... a whole bunch of this came off. That's quite okay, because this is all going to go in the binder that we have, so it's totally fine. That it's totally came apart. Overall, I mean, I think this is a great way to learn the hobby. As there's a couple ways to subscribe. You can just subscribe and get the magazine. You can do add a little bit extra, and then you get a whole bunch of bonus stuff on top of it, like other armies, a little sampler. I think Chaos, Orcs, Tau, and Tyranids are the 4 boxes that are included. And then you get bonus things for subscribing, like this one came with some paintbrushes. The paintbrushes, a value of probably about $30 or so. So yeah, always I think generally you're saving money with every single release, which is really cool. Yeah, obviously it's a magazine by magazine. You're slowly building out your army, so you don't necessarily feel overwhelmed by doing so. So I think this is a great way to learn about the Warhammer 40,000 hobby. If you want to subscribe yourself, we got a link beneath that. And in general, if you want more news about Games Workshop, miniature games in general, board games, card games, role-playing games, check us out every single day at boardgametoday.com. Of course, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, all at Board Game Today, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep rolling those dice, and get your game on. Hey, thanks for watching Board Game Today. We always appreciate your views and your support, but there are so many ways for you to support our site. Not only can you do it right here on video, but you can go and check us out at BoardGameToday.com, where we have more news, reviews, interviews, everything you could ever want. But since you're here, if you could, you can always give us a like, subscribe, or share our videos or watch something else. Is always much appreciated, and get your game on.